What's up, everybody? How's it going? Today, I'm going to be talking about setting your goals properly and how to achieve that. Now, first, I will tell you what I mean by this because it might be a little confusing. Like, what do you mean by setting your goals properly, right? So, when I say this, what I mean is I'm not trying to tell you what goals you should set or how to necessarily go about finding your goal and what you want your goal to be. Rather, tell you how you can search for setting your goal properly, like take the steps to choosing how to be rational about how you set your goals and how to be mindful when you set your goals. Because let me tell you my story. When I was younger and when I first started setting the goals for myself and being on self-improvement where I wanted to make money, wanted to do productive work, I set goals that were kind of crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean it was very hard for me to achieve in that specific time frame. So I would set a goal of be a millionaire, make a lot of money, have nice cars, have a nice house, already move out, make what like $500,000 or something a month, like that type of stuff. Now, that's because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what kind of goals I was setting. To be honest, at that age, for me to be thinking about those stuff is pretty impressive. And if you're in the same stage where you want to make a lot of money, which you will use to help other people and you will use to make a change in the world, and whether that be helping your family members out too, even because that was one of my goals. Like the main thing that I want to do that is to, help my family out and just kind of give back to them things that they gave me, right? Like my parents and stuff. And it still is one of my biggest driving factors. But the way I put it before was just too unrealistic on how I would go about achieving it. So I'm just here to tell you that sometimes we make mistakes on not properly setting the goals, which then catch up to us and we get discouraged and we think we can't achieve them sometimes ever. And people fall into a state of depression and having anxiety that they are not able to achieve the goals. It's because you set them wrong in the first place. The framework you followed was just not proper. And the first step I would say is pick a reasonable goal and know how you are gonna be able to achieve it. Meaning, what will you do that will get you that results, the goals that you set for yourself, right? First, you got to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what is your goal and why are you trying to achieve that specific goal? Pick a reasonable goal. Does that align with what you want to do in life, with your purpose? Now, purpose is a whole different story, which I will actually do a video in the future on, say, how to find a purpose or why do you need purpose in the first place. But in this specific scenario, everybody has some kind of vision or some kind of goal on why they are setting those little goals before the big one, right? So the big goal might be, oh, making a lot of money. But that's just what almost everybody wants, right? What you need to do is set the goals of achieving the little things that will get you to that goal. Let's say you want to start a business. Start the business, right? That's a goal. A lot of the times, you would be surprised, but people want to start business, and I think only 5% or something really go about doing it and starting it, let alone making the website, buying equipment, making a company, choosing a name, whatever it may be, doing the documents, depending on what kind of business you're doing. People don't even get to that part, right? But they want to make all the money. I'm just here to tell you that when you do set these goals, just have some kind of understanding and vision on how you will go about achieving that goal in the first place, right? Pick a reasonable reason. Ask yourself why. Why do I want that goal? And then if you don't have the strong why, the how is going to be very difficult because when you're telling yourself, I want to do this because I don't even know. Because I just simply want it because somebody else has it. Because of shallow reasons like girls, attention, fame. All these stuff, yes, comes with the money when you do achieve big goals. But to say that's why you're doing it, it's really not going to get you far, because I've been in the same place where I wanted to do it for somebody else, or somebody else watching me, or, oh, what would they think if I did this? It never turned out well. Never will, almost. And yeah, I'm not trying to be the person that tells you what will and won't work out. I'm just telling you from my personal experience, such thing has never really gotten anybody or myself far. Thinking you're going to please somebody by achieving something. You're not. So pick a goal that aligns with you. Why do you want to do it? Specifically you. Because when it aligns with you and you are the one doing it, you will be able to achieve bigger results than you could even imagine by following that framework. So when you set the goals, know why you're setting the goals, and pick a reasonable goal that you will set for yourself that will get you there, right? Number 2 is proper time frame and challenging enough goals, right? You don't want to pick a time frame that's going to be too crazy, like, oh, in a year I'm already going to be a millionaire. Don't get me wrong, you might be. And good luck to you if you're on that journey. Anybody, I will be happy for you if you do that. But on the contrary, the chances of you doing that is unlikely. But there's a possibility you can do it, right? If you believe in yourself, if you grind, you will do it. For the most part though, these type of goals are unrealistic, and like I said in the beginning of the video, takes people down to a rut, thinking they're nothing, they will never achieve anything, they're never going to be good enough, that type of stuff. Sorry about that. But it's more reasonable and realistic and smart to set a goal in the time frame where you're honest with yourself. You're not lying to anybody. You're not tricking anybody. You're not being smarter than anybody. You're only lying to yourself at the end of the day. And the only dishonest person at the end of the day is going to be yourself, because you're not being honest with yourself and how things are really going to turn out. However, in the back of your mind, it's almost like you always know that's not going to happen that fast. But you still want to be the person that just makes it too difficult for himself. This is a long-term game. Making money, especially when it comes to millions and more, and making something successful and something worthwhile always takes time. So don't be afraid of taking your time, because the small goals stacking up will give you a bigger fulfillment than that one big goal that you set for yourself that is just there for dopamine. And here, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not trying to limit anybody's mindset. If you think you can do it, go for it. I'm just trying to also share my perspective and my experience when I was setting the goals for myself. For challenging goals, I would say for that, make something that is also not too easy and also not too challenging, right? So you would rather want to set a goal of, let's say, trying to reach a goal of, for my business, making $25, $30 an hour, right? Like, I'm just going to give you an example in my business, right? Car detailing business. I would be making money hourly pretty much, right? I would have to calculate how much money I would want to make an hour, and then depending on the hours of work that it would take detailing a car, I would need to make sure how much money I'm making, that type of thing. Or the goal could be how much you want to make a month. How many clients do you want to have in a month, in a year, a couple months, right? In weeks. And, setting a goal like 5 clients and then getting 6 or 7, it's like, oh, damn, I did it. I got 5. Actually, I got more. But if you say, I want 20 and you get 10, you're like, oh, damn, I missed by a whole half of it. It's going to bring you down. Just because your initial goal of setting that um, how do I say this? Setting that proper aim for the goal was wrong, right? The execution was wrong. For the most part, as a beginner, it will get to you soon enough. Maybe once or twice you might not do anything, but it's gonna, like I said, catch up to you, and you're gonna think that you're not able to do it, even though you are. Like 10 for the beginning might be a very, very, very good result, but in your head, if you're too high and your ego's too high, then it's gonna get to you. You can't let ego get in the way. You have to control the ego. It's better to set small goals and achieve them because they're small wins. Small wins stack up, right? I don't know if you guys ever read Atomic Habits, but I would definitely recommend reading Atomic Habits. It's such a good book, and it teaches you the ins and outs of those little habits and those little wins that stack up eventually. And then it turns into a big result. Like I said, something that you probably wouldn't imagine happening, right? So I'm just here to tell you guys that setting small goals is actually very rewarding than setting a one big goal and not even knowing if you're going to achieve it or not, which for the most part you get exhausted and you give your all in, but at the end you still don't come out achieving that goal, right? Especially as a beginner. You want, just like everything, right? You go to the gym and you can't just, you know, go straight to high bench press and try to expect to get it, or without a warm up try to hit a high PR or something. You have to work your way up in everything in life. You have to do that, and I'm just trying to suggest the best way possible that could be for you. Maybe that's what I would suggest, and take the ego out. Really, leave it at the door, because ego has gotten nobody anywhere. It's just for your own dopamine. Yeah, you're just feeling like you're the shit and you can do it, which you might be able to. But in the back of your mind, you always know when something is too unrealistic, yet you try to ignore it. And when you ignore it, that's when it gets to you later on, right? Because you have this high expectations, rather too high of expectations. So I would say get the ego out of the way, set a challenging goal, challenging enough, but not too difficult, not too easy either. You don't want to get complacent and comfortable. And, proper time frame. It's really that simple. You'd rather win more than what you expected than fall short. It's better for your mindset, better feeling, and it's going to keep you more motivated, more disciplined towards what you're doing, right? So why not use that hack? Number 3, healthy mindset for the goal you set for yourself. Now, when I say healthy mindset, what I mean is there's an unhealthy mindset to why you want the goals, and there's a healthy mindset on why you want to achieve that goal. In the beginning of the video, I kind of did get to that part a little, right? The unhealthy mindset being you wanting something to show or prove to somebody that you can do it, or to make people jealous, or do it for the materialistic things, which are not gonna, one, last forever. Two, it's really not gonna bring you any fulfillment because it's just materialistic. Eventually you'll get bored of it and you'll just want more, right? Think about the little things, even when you were a kid, when you were younger, even now, some of the things that you might want one day, and then the second day it just completely disappears. That want, that desire, right? Sometimes in weeks, in years, if you don't think about it, it just goes away, right? That's why you can't make impulsive decisions. Your mind sometimes just wants things because somebody else has it, or you think it's cool, but then you have other things going on in your life and you realize that thing you wanted isn't really anything you need. Like, you're good without it. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with setting goals and wanting to achieve them. If anything, if you're a driven person, good for you. Remember to be smart and humble about it. All right. So I would say ask yourself a lot of whys. Ask yourself a lot of questions like, why am I even working so hard to get that goal. What does that goal mean to me, right? And for me personally, goals that I set for myself, I know this will, in the long term, help my family, help my surrounding people that are in my life, my friends, those that are out there that might be struggling with some things, some addictions, some difficulties, whether that be physical, mental, psychological, spiritual. I know these type of stuff will help them, and that's what drives me, that's what brings me fulfillment, that these type of videos, let's say, will help somebody out there that needs help, right? So me wasting my time, my energy, and sacrificing a lot of the things to film these type of videos, I like this, right? If I didn't have that strong drive to what I even want to do this for, I don't think I would be here doing this, right? I would probably quit. I mean, look at my subscribers. I'm at 48 and it's been, what, 2 months? I haven't uploaded a lot of videos, sure, but that's still 2 months of me trying to do something with YouTube, right? And it's probably could be longer and I'm okay with it. As long as these type of videos reach out to you and help you in one way, and you can also reach out to me and say, hey, I think I can help you with something else, and this is my advice to you, and we can go back and forth helping each other. That's what this is about. So if you have a mindset where you know why you're doing it, and you have a good vision, good understanding, and you're authentic to yourself and why you want to do it, and it fits your character and it's your drive, it's like you got the fire in your heart and you're going after it, that's when you know that you've set your goal properly, and you've set a goal that keeps you disciplined, that keeps you driven, that keeps you going, because you know it's yours. You know it's a gift that God has given you, and you are able to use that gift. Because everybody has some kind of gift. The only thing is, we ourselves have to work towards achieving that gift. It's like I've heard this analogy: God will steer the boat, but you have to be the one rowing the boat. You have to keep it going. You have to trust Him that He will take you to the places where you need to go. Because the future is something we cannot predict. Only God knows the future. And He knows it the best. He knows where you will go. He knows the decisions you will make. The only thing is, you have to trust Him, and you have to also trust yourself to an extent that what you're doing in your life and what you're doing for yourself and others around you is going to turn out well. It's going to turn out good. The only way you really know is by asking yourself, how authentic is it to you? And how much do you feel in your heart that this is what you want to do? Otherwise, you will just give up on it, and you will just you just won't find interest in it in some time, right? And it sucks. It sucks to let go of some kind of goal that you set for yourself because you realized that you didn't even want to do it in the first place. Because guess what? When things don't go your way, when things go south, when you don't see the results that you expected to see, that's when the true goal reveals itself on how much you wanted it. So before that starts, ask yourself the questions. It's like, when it's going to get hard, am I still going to do this? Am I still going to want to do something if I don't achieve the goals in years? And when people around me are telling me, stop, quit, don't do it, stop wasting your time, am I still going to do it because I feel it in my heart that it's the right thing for me to do? And I'm going to keep going because I believe it and it's my vision? That's a proper goal right there. That's the alignment that you need. And it really is similar to purpose, which I will get to in other videos in the future. Because that's how purpose works, right? It's authentic to you, it's yours, it belongs to you, you know it. So set your goals properly. I would say follow those frameworks that I suggested. Let me know what you guys think about it. I got something wrong, or if you think I could have said something better or added something more in there, definitely let me know. But I would really suggest to follow those and see where it takes you. And I promise you, if you do, really align it with yourself, with your authentic self, set it properly, and you're humble about it, I promise you, you will achieve great results. So let's get to the Bible verse, right? This Bible verse is Luke 14:28, and this is Jesus talking. So I actually have this on my computer. Sorry about that, guys. So it goes like this. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Now, this is the analogy that Jesus is trying to illustrate for us, that use thinking, use wisdom, and analyze the thoughts before starting something. Yes, there are some times where you just don't have to overthink and you just have to do it. But then there are some things, any goal you really set for yourself, you have to think, whether you think a lot or not. You always have to do some kind of thinking on why you're doing it and how you will go about doing it. If you just close your eyes and go with the flow, yes, it might get you to big places that you wouldn't expect, but then it also can get you to places that you're like, why did I even choose to do this? Right? So when I say closed eyes and just trusting the flow and not even knowing where you're gonna go, eventually you will just be going aimlessly and you won't even see any progress because you weren't even trying to choose a direction, right? You didn't put in thinking and brain power to the goals you set for yourself. So it's like, be humble about your goals, right? Think it through. Be honest with yourself. Is this the goal I want? Because that's what he's trying to tell you. See the cost, right? See what it's going to do to you. See the realistic side of how things are going to go. Because it's not always going to go up. It's going to go sideways, up, down, left, right. And it's not going to be easy. Because you still have to find a way to stay on that path to success and achieving that goal. So, analyze things, think it through, ask yourself questions, and just don't be afraid of starting something, and don't be afraid of just going all in kind of thing. You know what I mean? You really get one chance at a lot of things, and that might be the best chance you get. So just use it, go for it, because it's better to make a mistake in trying than not try at all. Because every chance you don't make, you lose 100% of that opportunity. 100, because you never even took it in the first place. So let that be a motivator, and I really hope the best for you guys. I hope this video helped you. If you think it can help a lot of other people, maybe share the video, subscribe so we can reach out to many other people. Check out my friends' YouTube channels, Josh, Alex, and Mike. Check out our podcast, Bros Think Big, on YouTube. Join Mike's and my community on Discord called The Guild. We have meetings on Thursdays at 4 o'clock. We'd love to see you there. Talk about all kinds of topics. We have open discussions. And you're always free to join, and we'd love to see you there. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Make any suggestions what you guys want me to talk about in the future, and I would love to do it. So always remember, God loves you. You're not alone. You're not alone. And keep on chasing your dream. Go after that vision. It was yours. It's given to you. Praise the Lord. And until next time, have a good one, guys. Peace.